last class we have left on question number B of this chapter. So today we will do question number C. Okay. So aluminium plus copper chloride gives us aluminium chloride plus copper. Okay. So this is the reaction. We will write it in symbol, that is Al plus copper chloride CuCl2. Okay. The formula of copper chloride is CuCl2. And aluminium chloride AlCl3 plus copper Cu. Okay, so this is the reactant and this is the product. So we will follow the same steps as earlier. We will write the elements and the number of atoms on the reactant side and the product side. Okay, so aluminium on both sides I have 1 copper I have one side in the reactant and one in the product. Chlorine I have 2 in the reactant and 3 in the product. You see that this chlorine it is unbalanced on both sides. Okay, so if we multiply this 2 with 3 we will get 6, and in the product if you multiply this 3 with 2 we will get 6. So balancing this chlorine atom, let's write the new equation. The new equation will be Al plus 3 CuCl2. 3, why 3? Because chlorine we have multiplied it with 3. 2 is already there, 2 chlorine is already there, so here I can write as 3 CuCl2, and it will give us 2 AlCl3. How it will give us 2 AlCl3? Because already we have 3 chlorine in the product side, so 2 we are taking from the what we have multiplied it, and plus copper. So again we will calculate and see if they are balanced or not. So aluminium, 1 aluminium and 2 aluminium in the product side, 3 copper, okay, 3 copper, and here we have 1 copper. Chlorine, we have 6 chlorine in the product side, so we will write 6 chlorine in the product side and 6 chlorine in the reactant side. Okay, so now aluminium and copper is unbalanced, so let's balance. Any one of them we can take. So first I'm taking aluminium. Okay, so for aluminium if I multiply this 1 with 2 I will get 2, so both sides I can balance it. Therefore I will write 2Al plus 3, this is reactant and this is product, so in the reactant I have 2, multiply it with 2, so I am giving here 2. Okay, plus 3 CuCl2, and the product side I haven't changed anything, so this will be the same thing, and 2 AlCl3 plus Cu, it will be same. Next again we have to see that the total number of atoms in the reactant and product are same or not. So for that again we have to write like this, like 2 aluminium we have in the product also we have 2 aluminium, and the reactant also we have 2. Copper, we have 3 copper in the reactant side and 1 copper in the product side. Chlorine, we have 6 in the product and also in the reactant we have 6. So now the unbalanced is copper, so if I multiply 3 in the product side I will get 3, and hence I can balance it. So I will write the new equation that I have formed from this calculation, that is okay, so now 2 aluminium 2Al plus 3 CuCl2, it will give us 2 AlCl3 plus 3 copper. Okay, so in the product side I have multiplied 3 with copper, so I will write 3 copper. So now this is a balanced equation, everything is balanced here, so I can write this as this is our new balanced equation. Okay, so next question is question number D. So question number D, it is given that barium chloride plus potassium sulfate, it will give us barium sulfate plus potassium chloride. So let's write the formulas. Okay, so for formulas I will make a separate video. I will give you the formulas that are important. Okay, so now let's see this. So potassium, it is potassium sulfate K2SO4. It will give us barium sulfate BaSO4 plus potassium chloride KCl. Okay, so now we have to balance this. Let's see how we can balance this. So I'm writing here reactant and product, and I will write all the elements that are present in this, means that this chemical reaction is carried out. Okay, sorry, this is sulfur and this is oxygen. So now barium, 1 in the reactant, 1 in the product, 2 chlorine in the reactant, 1 chlorine in the product. Potassium, we have 2 potassium, there we have 1, here 1 sulfur, and in the product also 1 sulfur. Oxygen, 4 oxygen, and there also we have 4 oxygen. So now these are not same. So first I'm taking chlorine. Okay, like I'm multiplying 1 with 2, I will get 2. So the new equation that will be formed, it will be changes will be done in the product side. So reactant side I will write it same, and product side I will multiply it with 2. So what I will put, 2 chlorine, we have done it 2, isn't it? So 2 KCl we will write. Again, let's calculate the number of atoms in the reactant and in the product. Barium chloride reactant, and in the product we will check. So barium, what we have in the reactant side, we have 1 barium, and in the product also we have 1. Chlorine we have 2, and in the product now we have 2. So for potassium, sulfur and oxygen, potassium we have 2 in the reactant and 2 in the product. Sulfur we have 1 in the reactant and 1 in the product, and oxygen also we have 4 in the reactant and 4 in the product. So all these are balanced. Okay, reactant and product all are balanced. So this is the balanced equation. Okay, so next question is also from this chapter only, that is from the NCERT book. The question is hydrogen plus chlorine gives us hydrogen chloride. Okay, this is from page number 6. Since I have left page number 6, so now I'm giving you this. Let's see. Hydrogen, the formula will be H2 for hydrogen. Okay, for chlorine the formula will be Cl2. Hydrogen chloride is HCl. So now we have to balance this equation. Let's see. So here hydrogen we have 2 in the reactant and 1 in the product. Chlorine we have 2 in the reactant and 1 in the product. So let's multiply hydrogen, 1 hydrogen with 2. 1 into 2, we will get 2 hydrogens in the product. Okay, so let's write the new equation, that is H2 plus Cl2 gives us 2 HCl. Okay, 2 HCl. So now let's count the number of atoms of hydrogen, 2 in the reactant and 2 in the product, and chlorine 2 in the reactant, and again we have 2 chlorine in the product. Now after multiplying hydrogen in the product with 2, we are getting a new, means the chlorine we are getting a new number, that is 2. So this is the balanced equation. Okay, this is the new balanced equation. Let's see question number B. What is there in question number B? Let's see. Okay, so I'm just putting here 2. I'm just showing you the new balanced equation like this. This was the question and this was the answer. So now question number 2, we have barium. Okay, barium, what we have? Barium chloride. Barium chloride plus aluminium. I'm writing it here. Okay, I'm writing it here for you. Please note it down. Aluminium sulfate, barium chloride plus aluminium sulfate, it will give us barium sulfate plus aluminium chloride. That will be the question. So now we have to use symbols and make this equation. So for barium chloride, okay, for barium chloride the formula will be BaCl2. Okay, BaCl2 is the formula of barium chloride, and aluminium sulfate, the formula is Al2SO4 whole 3. This is the formula of aluminium sulfate. Now the formula of barium sulfate is BaSO4 and aluminium chloride is AlCl3. So now that we have make this chemical reaction, let's count the number of atoms in the reactant and in the product. So barium, we have one barium in the reactant side and one barium in the product side. So I will make columns first, and in the reactant side I have one barium and one barium in the product side. Chlorine, I have 2 chlorine in the reactant and 3 in the product. Aluminium, I have 2 in the reactant and 1 in the product. Sulfur, I have 3 sulfur in the reactant. Okay, S is 3 and S is for sulfur. Don't forget the formula. Okay, so both side in the both side of oxygen I have 12 oxygen in the reactant and 4 in the product side. So huge differences here. Okay, let's see how we can balance this equation. First I'm taking aluminium. Okay, you can take any other element, but I'm taking aluminium, so it will be 1 into 2 is 2. I have a balanced number of atoms of aluminium, so I will write BaCl2 plus 2 Al2 bracket SO4 3. It will give us BaSO4 will be same, only in front of AlCl3 we have to put 2. Okay, since we have multiplied it with 2, so 2AlCl3, 2 aluminium chloride means 2 atoms of aluminium chloride. Okay, next let's count. So make the columns by yourself. Okay, and since reactant we haven't changed before, so I will write all the atoms as same. In the product side, barium sulfate, so let's see, barium, we have 1, and sulfur we have 1, and oxygen we have 4. Only we have change in AlCl3, that is we will get 6 number of chlorine atoms and 2 aluminium, that has changed. Next up what we have to do is we have to balance. Now we have to balance. So if I am multiplying in the product of sulfur, if I am multiplying it with 3, then let's see what is the new balanced equation. That is BaCl2 plus AlSO4 whole 3. It will give us, now since BaSO4 has sulfur and I have multiplied one sulfur with 3, let's write here as 3BaSO4. Okay, 3BaSO4 plus 2AlCl3. Okay, so now next up we have to write the number of reactants atoms in the reactants in the product. So let's see, since we haven't changed anything in the reactants, everything will be same, all the numbers will be same, we need not have to change it. But in the product there will be some changes because we have multiplied sulfur with 3. Okay, let's see now. Okay, so oxygen we have 4 3s are 12 oxygen. Now oxygen, the number of oxygen atom is balanced. Okay, so 2 aluminium will be written. Okay, 2 AlCl3, since 2 aluminium we got it before. So so here I'm writing 2, and then chlorine we will have 3 2s are 6 chlorine, 6 number of chlorine atoms. So now barium is not balanced, so to balance barium I have multiplied it with 3. Okay, so now let's see the next new equation. Let's see, if I'm multiplying 3 in the in the reactant side, let's see what is the new equation that is formed. So the new equation that will be formed is, in the reactant side I have given 3 barium, so 3BaCl2 plus others will be same. Okay, only I have multiplied it with 3, so others, the whole reaction will be same. So now I'm rubbing it on the reactant side. Okay, I'm rubbing everything in the reactant side and everything in the product side. So I will just write it newly. So 3 barium in the reactant and 3 in the product. Okay, so now for chlorine we have 3 to the 6 chlorine in the reactant side, and again 2 3s are 6 chlorine in the product side. Okay, let's see. Aluminum, we have 2 in the reactant side and 2 in the product side. Sulfur, we have 3 in the reactant side and 3 in the product side. So 3s, 3 atoms of sulfur. So we will write here 3. And oxygen, we have 4 3s are 12 in the reactant and 12 in the product side. Okay, so this is now every atom is balanced from the reactant. All the atoms in the reactant are balanced. So now this is a new balanced equation. So we can write that this is the new balanced equation. Please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching this video, and if you want more similar videos like this, you can comment on the comment section below. And